fields.
That right there is the leader of a local nonprofit organization advocating for migrant workers.
And as you just heard, those workers are essential to not only the economy, but also providing things that we may take for granted.
In-depth reporter Anthony Hill found out when it comes to their health, most are underinsured or not covered at all.
Important, if there are no farmers, look, there aren't any vegetables, there aren't any fruits, there aren't any legumes.
The job of a migrant farmer can be daunting. They work long hours, oftentimes from sunup to sundown, all in an effort to feed their families and put Florida's produce on our tables. All of this without having health insurance. Isaret Jeffers runs a nonprofit organization called Colectivo Arbol. They advocate for the needs of our local migrant workers.
Cuéntame sobre la experiencia de los migrantes.
I asked her to tell me about the experience of being a migrant worker without having health insurance.
A few weeks ago, various people from the community called me wanting support and wanting to collect money for a lady that has cancer.
Isaret says the cancer is stage 4. The chemotherapy and radiation treatments will cost about $60,000.
$60,000? Where are the people going to get that from? Aside from that, there's no insurance that covers them.
Isaret says so far, the community has raised about $10,000, just enough for 2 rounds of chemotherapy.
There are many more cases in the fields. For example, people who suffer a lot from allergies, achy bones, their backs hurt from working so much. Also, mental health, depression.
¡Vámonos más!
It's estimated that about 200,000 migrant workers in our state are either underinsured or have no insurance at all.
In this region, there's about 10,000 or so that live in this Waimama area.
Recently, the University of Florida Health, along with other organizations, held a healthcare event in Waimama to fill that void.
We're here providing access to health services. Many of the families in our community do not have access to health care and health insurance.
It's an arduous work, and that's why they need these services even more. They're putting their body through a heck of a toll. And
hundreds of migrant workers showed up on the only day they have off in order to get health screenings, testing for diabetes and high blood pressure. They also received dental care and COVID-19 vaccinations.
We're also going to be testing for Chagas disease, which is a neglected tropical disease. It has an effect on our Latin American population.
As for Isaret, she tells me when most migrants become sick, they continue to work.
Until they die. Yes. And a lot of people in the fields are experiencing this.
¿Qué te gustaría ver en términos de...
I asked her, as someone who advocates for and works closely with migrant workers, what would she like to see be done in order to provide a better quality of life for these essential workers?
It's very important for us that there's immigration reform because it would provide a fuller life. We could have more dignified living conditions, health care. That is the most important.
In Waimama, with photojournalist Matt McGlashan, I'm in-depth reporter Anthony Hill, ABC Action News.